Have you ever considered that the distance between who you are and who you want to be is measured not in miles, but in a single thought? This is the story of a man who crossed that distance, not by moving his feet, but by changing his mind. His name was Elias, and for years, his world was the size of a cold gray paving stone. He sat on that stone every day, his hand outstretched, his spirit withered. He saw himself as a void, a man defined only by what he lacked. He believed with every fiber of his being that he had nothing in the world to give, and so his life became a monologue of asking, a constant plea to a world that rushed past. One afternoon, a finely dressed gentleman, a man who radiated an aura of quiet success, stopped before him. But instead of dropping a coin into his cup, he crouched down and spoke words that cut through the fog of Elias's despair. Success, the man said gently, is based on exchange. If you truly have nothing to give, then you have no right to ask for anything in return. The words stung, but they also lingered, echoing in the hollow spaces of Elias's mind long after the man, Mr. Harrison, had gone. For the first time, Elias truly looked at the coins in his cup. They were given out of pity, a fleeting gesture to ease a stranger's conscience. People weren't investing in him. They were dismissing him. He realized the profound truth in the man's statement. To receive, one must first give. But what could he possibly offer? His eyes scanned his desolate corner of the world and fell upon a cluster of resilient dandelions pushing their way through a crack in the concrete. An idea fragile as a dandelion seed took root. The next morning, Elias was in his usual spot, but something was different. In his hand, he held a small, humble bouquet of the bright yellow weeds. He no longer begged. Instead, as people passed, he offered, "A little sunshine for your day?" The change was immediate. A woman on her way to work stopped, a genuine smile spreading across her face. She took a flower and placed a $5 bill in his hand. It was more than he often made in an entire morning. She wasn't giving to a beggar. She was purchasing a moment of unexpected joy. Weeks turned into a month. Elias now had a bucket of fresh, colorful flowers he bought from the early morning market. He learned their names, arranged them beautifully, and shared stories about them with his new customers. One day, Mr. Harrison passed by again. He saw Elias, animated and engaged, surrounded by vibrant blossoms. A slow smile spread across his face. "I see you're no longer asking," he said, nodding with approval. "You've become an entrepreneur." The word entrepreneur landed in Elias's soul with the force of a revelation. That night, looking at his faint reflection in a dark shop window, he didn't see a beggar. He saw a merchant. He wasn't a charity case. It was a businessman providing a product people wanted. This shift in self-awareness was the true turning point. He abandoned his corner on the pavement forever. The flower bucket became a cart. The cart became a stall. And the stall, after 2 years of tireless work, became a charming little shop called the Urban Bloom. Several years later, Mr. Harrison walked into that very shop, a thriving oasis of color and fragrance. Elias, now a confident man with laugh lines around his eyes, recognized him instantly. He extended a hand, not to ask, but to shake. "I've wanted to thank you for a long time," Elias said. Mr. Harrison shook his head. "I gave you nothing but an idea. You were the one who saw value where others only saw weeds. You cultivated it." Elias smiled, a profound understanding settling upon him. "I used to think my problem was an empty pocket," he confessed. But I was wrong. The real problem was an empty mindset. I believed I had nothing to give. The moment I offered that first flower, I finally started to receive. You taught me that we only get back what we are willing to put out into the world. His transformation was complete. He had learned that life does not give you what you are, it gives you what you believe you are. The world is a mirror, reflecting the image you hold of yourself. By changing that internal image, by recognizing the inherent value within himself and daring to offer it to others, Elias had not just built a business, he had rebuilt his world.